Hi, this is Hez from Phoenix Rising. It's Hard Rock Hell. It's Friday and I'm here with Ben from Night by Night.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for asking me.
Right, you played on the opening night. How did you find the crowd here?
Really good, really responsive, very enthusiastic, especially for a lot of people. They wouldn't have seen us before, and they were just there down early to see new bands and enjoy the whole event. I think that's really cool. So very responsive, more so as we went on, so that was encouraging. We're obviously doing something kind of right. And really nice. And in fact, this one girl had come down with a boyfriend all the way from Edinburgh just to see us, and that meant a lot to me and to us to know that whatever we're doing, we must be kind of doing it right to some degree, because these people are travelling to see us. And that's amazing. Very, 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 very rewarding feeling.
Nice. So, could we take you to when the band started and tell us how it formed?
We had a vision. And myself and the bassist decided we wanted to make a melodic hard rock band that drew on a lot of 80s influences and sort of brought it up to date. So we mixed up a lot of the older stuff with maybe the riffs of things like Alter Bridge and Shinedown and Sevendust, but keeping all the old sort of melodic rock sensibilities. As I'm sure, as you know, there's been quite a big resurgence of 80s rock in the last 10 years. But initially it was focused more on the kind of sleaze side, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, that kind of edge. And although we liked those bands, we wanted to focus more on the Def Leppard, the Journey, the AOR aspects, and bring them into a new sort of new musical era. So we decided from the very offset we wanted to be able to do lots of 3-part and 4-part vocal harmonies and actually be able to do them live, not use any backing tracks, actually do them. So that was kind of the vision we started, and it was a 4-piece then, and I was the singer and the guitarist. And we did that sort of for a year and a half, couple of years, and played around the UK, did little shows, and we just kind of reached the conclusion that because the songs we were writing, I wasn't good enough to sing them. I didn't have the range, I didn't have the character, and I didn't have the charisma as a frontman either to do the job that we had in the vision. So we thought, right, we've got to stick to the vision. We've got to adhere to the vision. So let's become a 5-piece. Let's get a standalone singer, and then we'll just be able to up the quality of what we're doing, because we didn't have the resources when we were a 4-piece to do the songs we wanted to make them real. We had them in our heads, but we couldn't actually get them into reality. So last year, March, we finally found a singer, and we recorded an album, and we recently did a tour with Jet Black, and we were sort of looking at how to release the album. And then 3 weeks ago, our singer, the guy we found last year, he quit. And it was sort of destabilised things a little bit. But we put some adverts out, and because of the momentum we built in the last year and a half, we were really surprised and excited because we had an amazing response. Loads of people shared the status, loads of people put it up on the message boards, and we got loads of requests and loads of auditions. And in fact, one of the first few people who came through to us, we watched his videos, we were like, this guy's amazing. And we instinctively, you want to go, well, we probably need to look around a bit more. But because he was so good, and because he was kind of exactly what we wanted, and he'd contacted us, and he really wanted to do it, we thought, well, let's just do this, because this guy really wants to do it, and he's perfect. Rather than just go like, yeah, sorry, mate, you're going to have to wait, because we've got some more auditions to do, when we don't really. So we sort of jumped on it, sort of gift horse kind of vibe of just, let's go for this. And he's actually guys who, some people may actually know him from past bands that he's been in. He was in a band before that were quite successful, and they did some touring with Iron Maiden and things like that. So he's well seasoned. I can't reveal who it is yet for the viewers at home, the listeners at home. You might be looking at the screen or the radio, and so what we're going to do? We've got a gig on the 12th of December, the 12th of the 12th of the 12th, which I've been told is the International Day of Metal. So that coincides quite nicely. And we're going to do the show then, debut the new singer, and then re-record the vocals on the album and try and get the album out for sort of April, May next year.
Right, so will people be finding out at the show, or will you announce it near the time?
I think we'll probably do it maybe a couple of days in front. We want to do a new photo shoot and coincide new shoot with announcement of who it is. I reckon maybe a day. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it should be done on the day? Do you think it should be 2 days before?
personally keep it going as long as possible and do it on the day.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Sort of momentum and excitement and building the suspense, the thrills.
Exactly.
Okay.
And don't let any of the whiners get in there first.
Well, I may take that on board, Hez. I may do that.
Right, thank you. So, with the new singer, do you think it will make any major changes to the band's sound?
Good question. We actually had a bit of a conversation about this because when you bring someone new into a dynamic that's already been established, especially a singer, it's quite hard for you to... Because obviously you want to embrace their creativity and their identity and their unique qualities. You don't want to just be like, right, now you come in here and you will do exactly what we are saying now. You don't have your own ideas. You forget your own ideas, leave them outside, yeah? You want to give someone a sense of creative involvement in what's going on. So we've got the album already recorded and he needs to re-record the vocals. So to a certain degree, we want things to stay, I don't know, 70% the same. But there's definitely room for his character, his identity and his vibe to come across because he's really good. So we don't want to just constrict him by saying, you have to do the same as the old guy did. Mm-hmm. It'll be very interesting. I think when we get in the studio and we start working on it, we'll have a good idea of how it's gonna work and how it's gonna sound. I do like that he's got a little bit more of a sort of slight rock edge to his vocal than we did have previously with either myself or with Dan. But we want to make sure we really make sure we hold on to the melodic side of it and it doesn't get too aggressive and too rocky. So it's going to be very interesting to try and get the best out of that.
So it's all sounding very exciting for next year.
Yeah.
As well as the album, what else do you have planned?
Well, we reckon we'll get an album out in April, May. Then we want us to coincide it with a bunch of shows. I sound so American. You know, a bunch of shows. I mean, a series of gigs. And we'd like to perform a series of gigs around the time of album release. Hopefully getting on a support with a sort of academy-sized band, doing the festivals. We've been working with some management recently. Have been really helpful financially for us, and they've got lots of good contacts as well. So they've been amazing. They've really revolutionised it for us. And they're really positive about us, so that's pretty exciting. So I would say that the album will come out then, some good tours, some good festival dates, and then to keep the momentum going, we'll probably do something maybe February, March, like an acoustic EP or something like that, just to keep people interested and keep the band sort of activity active.
Mm-hmm. So, if Night by Night could play with any other band, who would it be, ideally, in your dreams?
Okay, I've always wanted to perform with Def Leppard, always. With them, and basically what happens in the dream is that they ask me to come up and actually play a song with them because we're touring together and like, you know, oh yeah, Ben's quite good, we should probably get him to, oh yeah, that'd be really good. And then I get to perform one of the songs with them. So that's kind of the selfish reason I want to tour with them, just so I get to play in the band for one song.
It's a very good reason.
But it's working, kind of. My image, my visualisation is slowly coming together because Rick Savage, the bassist of Def Leppard, he's actually heard our stuff through a weird contact of Johnny, the bassist's uncle's nephew, son. There's some weird link, but Rick has heard it and he really likes it, and he's pushed it to Joe, who does his rock show, so on Planet Rock. So hopefully there's something they'll go, you know, these guys are good. Maybe they can, I don't know, but I've visualised it. I've visualised playing on stage with them, so that means it's got to happen. Even have to like break in, even have to like knock Vivian Campbell off the stage and just be like, right, sorry Viv, I visualised this, so it's got to happen.
You have to have someone recording that if you do. That would be a YouTube hit.
Yeah.
Okay, we're right at the end of the year. Where would you like yourself and the band to be at this time next year?
Good question. That's a good question. Having done, probably still touring, probably having been releasing the album in spring, just getting it out, touring and playing loads of places, maybe having played in Europe, thinking about America. I know Germany and Japan would be great places for us, for the kind of music we do. Maybe not so much the UK in terms of who likes us here. Obviously, there's a very, very strong rock audience here, and and we want to definitely adhere to that. And in addition to that, be expanding by going out to the places where on the continent where they really like this kind of music.
Right.
So I didn't really answer your question there. So probably having written enough material to do a new album, thinking about album 2, having had a really good bunch of tour dates, and started to really feel like we were able to do it as a professional, full-time thing without having to do any other jobs. I mean, I don't know how likely that is anymore, but even if it was just being able to keep doing it and it being self-sustained and not having to keep putting money into it, even if it was just generating enough income itself to keep it going, that would be more than enough.
Nice. Well, when we do Hard Rock Hell and Hammerfest, we always link a question to the theme. This year it's Fistful of Rock. So first of all, cowboys or Indians?
What a good question, again. And I've got all sorts of associations, I think, with the paraphernalia that go with both of those very iconic sort of archetypes, I suppose. I thought Ian Astbury from the Cult used to, or still does, or certainly used to incorporate a lot of Native American Indian stuff into his sort of get-up, which I thought was quite cool. And the cowboy side of it's always been a bit more machismo and a bit more Bon Jovi, Skid Row, kind of wearing chaps and stuff. So I'm just trying to figure it out myself. Damn it, because if I were to, okay, can I reframe the question slightly?
Of course.
If I were to model my own fashion sense on one of these iconic archetypes, I would be drawn more towards Native American Indian.
Right. And in that case, what would your Indian name be?
Talking bollocks.
Right. Well, we're going to wrap up now. Are there any final words you'd like to leave the listeners with?
Thank you for continuing to support us. Thank you for helping us find a new singer. And everyone who sort of shared the statuses and helped us with the online stuff. And just, we've been so pleased and surprised in the last year of the people. We haven't got a great deal of fans, yet the ones we've had have, some of them have been so passionate about the band, it's been amazing. Some of the things they've done, the distances they've travelled, the artwork they've done for the band. We had this one girl in Finland called Janika, who made all these amazing personalised postcards and bracelets and stuff for us. It must have taken her ages and ages and ages. And she posted these things to us. And we were like, this is unbelievable that our music has affected someone in such a way that it's made them want to physically make something and do something. And the gesture was fantastic. So we really, really appreciate the passion that people are showing towards what we're doing.
Nice. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us today, and I hope to be able to catch up with you next year.
Absolutely has.
Right, thank
Cheers.
you.